Hey, 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 hey. I like that. To the stars and back.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, beautiful Ella.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm great.
You're
Thanks for
great.
inviting me over.
No, I've been wanting to do this for a long time. And I said, well, my first interview back is going to be with Ella. I want it
Oh,
to be with Ella. So, yeah.
thank you.
So, look, look at me. Reverb. I'm just checking to see everything on here. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So we have 13 people in here waiting
All
for
right. Hit the thumbs up, guys.
you.
Hit the thumbs up.
Yes, hit the thumbs up. And guys, um, if you have not, which I doubt very much, subscribe to Ella. Make sure you subscribe because she's got amazing content. She's got auctions. She's got listeds, and she always has somebody with her. And sometimes not, but most of the time it's always somebody's with her. And it's a
Yeah.
great time. All right, I'm just checking to see if there's anybody blue. No, I mean anybody gray. Nobody's gray. That's awesome.
Let me let somebody know I'm on your show right now so they can come in.
Good. Share out, everyone. Share out for me.
Oh, hold
Let,
up.
let everyone know that Ella's here.
Yeah, let everybody know. Everybody know.
She looks like she's so. Oh my God. All right. Let's say good morning to some people that we have in here. We have first one here, Bonnie. Good morning,
Hey.
beautiful. How are you, my sweetness?
Good
And
morning.
we have Wendy, Wonder Woman. How are you? Oh, Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman.
And we have Pearl, Perlini. Mwah. How are you? Oh, Bonnie, Wonder Woman.
You missed the kisses.
Gotta give kisses. Gotta give kisses. And then who else? Johnny's here. Good morning, Johnny. How are you, my dear? I hope you're well. And then we got Angela. Good morning, Angela.
Angela.
How are you, honey? See, she's saying it seems like it's been forever. I know.
Yes,
We,
forever.
I haven't been on since 1972. Hey, Constance. That's my middle name, Constance. Mwah. Good
That's a beautiful
morning.
name.
Hello, Glenn. Good morning. Mwah. How are you, honey? And then we have Nicole. Hey, Nicole. How are you? Uh, ah, love the shirt. Well, good morning, JJ. How are you? Queen Bean is here. Good morning, Queen Bean. I'm just making sure everybody's still blue. Mwah. Thank you for being here with us. Who else? Oh, Miss Canadian Scrapper. What's going on? Mwah. Oh, 1972, a long time. That's
It sure is a long time.
so everyone knows that we're here to do an interview with Ella, and I've already asked Ella beforehand if there was anything that she did not want me to touch.
Uh,
She said she was an open book, so let's see what we can get out of her. I heard, was it Cody was telling me about that you had done another interview, so I did not watch that. So,
Oh, okay. That was
you-
on what's it call it? Chuck, Backroad Bitter, and Nady Pie. That was on their channel. I've been on that. That was my third time.
okay, so but I haven't watched it, so I don't know any of the background of Ella. So, and
Yeah,
that's what I
they
wanted
don't
to
ask me.
do.
They don't ask me good questions on there. They're only ranchy kind of questions.
Hey, Tammy, how are you, honey? Mwah, thank you for coming over. Okay, so let me ask you, we're going to get right into it. And guys, at the end, if there's any questions that you want to know and if you want to ask, feel free at the end to put it in the chat and I'll read them to her. And okay, so Ella, tell me about yourself. Where were you born?
I was born in England.
You were born in England.
Yes, 1967, March 25th.
Oh, you have a birthday coming up.
Yes, I do.
Now, is your family still in England?
Part of my family, my siblings are. I got uncles and aunts, nephews, cousins. Yeah, they are in England. Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any brothers and sisters?
Yes, I have one sister, and I have three brothers on my mom's side. My dad remarried, and he had another son, which I don't know him at all. For with his wife before he passed, but I don't know him. So basically, I just say I have three brothers because I don't know him at all. So
You don't know him at all.
don't know him. I don't know him in the sense I wasn't around,
Mm-hmm.
and I grew up with my siblings. I don't know this man, because I could say a man because he's in his 20s now. So
He's in his 20s.
yeah, and I don't know him. So basically, I don't know him. So I always say we're five: myself, my brothers, and my sister.
And is your mom still there?
My mom, no, but she will be visiting my sister hopefully this year in England. So yeah, but my dad passed away 2 years ago.
I'm sorry.
Um,
I'm sorry.
He was sick.
Did you have a close relationship with him?
Not in that sense. I never. We kind of like the way we were brought is kind of weird. It's like everybody had their own kind of life and own kind of way of living, and yeah, I wasn't close with my parents in that sense. Like there's so many things that happened that I just wasn't that close
Mm-hmm.
with my parents. So yeah, sometimes I go years without talking to them, and I did that for years. I didn't talk to my mom and my dad. I just started talking, again, but not on a regular basis with my mom
Mm-hmm.
because my parents split up when I was 16. So I had
Mm-hmm.
to grow up really fast to take care of a 15-year-old, a 13-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 3-year-old.
Wow.
So being 16, had to go to school, have to take care of the house and take care of kids that were not mine. It's not easy. And especially when your mom is not far away, and my dad was in another city. So it was kind of hard on me. It was
So,
hard. And
so
then
who was the overall caretaker of you if you weren't living with your
my
mom?
dad, because my dad didn't allow my mom to take us when she left. So when she left, it was just me taking care of 4 kids. And then my sister had to go live with my aunt because her school was far away. She
Mm-hmm.
took the younger ones, but my dad sent my brother to go take them in school, and so I had to look after them.
That must have been really hard on you.
Yeah, at 16, going to
At
school and
16,
doing
yeah.
all the other stuff, it wasn't that easy,
How did
so
you deal with taking care of children and going to school at 16? Like,
I did it.
that's
I did it till I was 24. My dad had all of us back in the house, with him and everybody back in the house. After a few years, I think I probably was about 18 or 19 then. So he had everybody under one roof at a time. So, but when I kind of like hit 24, it was like, okay, time for me to move out. So I moved out. So I moved out and that was it.
so you must have held some type of resentment, or maybe even still do, towards your mom leaving
um,
you in that situation.
Well, I not really. I do say my mom is selfish because that's the kind of person that she is. She doesn't know how to be a mother, and I'll always say that because she got married at 16.
Oh,
She had me when she was 18.
wow.
So I am thinking, okay, she got married very young. Trying to be a mother at a very young age sometimes is not easy. And then when you are growing up as well, you tend to like trying to find yourself
Yes.
basically. So she did stay in the marriage till I was 16 and decided that she's had enough, and then she
Wow.
left after having 5 kids. So she left. So it wasn't like she wasn't there. She would come make sure we were okay because her work wasn't all that far from where we were living at the time, you know.
Mhm.
So she was
Yeah.
there, but it wasn't like she was there 100% for us.
She wasn't there as a mother figure.
Yes, as a mother. So it was kind of like everybody like grew up on their own.
Yeah.
So it was kind of really hard for all of us, you know, and even the younger ones, they know. They were like, yeah, she wasn't really there. So when my dad passed, we look at it like, okay, we only have, one parent alive. So we might as well just start,
Yeah.
communicating with her. And so once in a while, and I see her on WhatsApp and I say hello and she says hello, and we try to take care of her. She's in her 70s now, so we try to take care of her.
So let me backtrack. So you said you went to school until you were 24. So does that
No,
mean
no, no,
you were
no, no.
oh,
I,
you
I
left
stayed.
when you
I
were
said
24.
I looked after my siblings till I was 24, and then I moved out.
So what age did you leave school?
I did all my school. I did my primary, my secondary, my higher education. I did all that. And I finished by the time I was 23. I started teaching when I was 24.
You're a teacher.
Yes, was a teacher. I retired from that one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was teaching till I was 24, and then I wanted to do something different. I don't have patience in teaching. And I was like, I want to work in an office. So I started working for the British government. I did some other odd jobs here and there, but then I really wanted to work in an office environment. So I started working for the British government, and I started, working for them. And I worked there for about 10 years or so. And I was like, oh, okay, it was time for me to move on and, do something different. So I moved on.
I can't see you working in an office because an office is closed in. You are the type of person, you're like an air. You're open. You have to be out there doing something.
Yeah, I know, but I still, yeah, even though I feel like it, an office space is more like me being working in an office. But now, if you tell me, Ella, do you want to go back to an office? I will say no. I started when I met my husband in
Yeah.
Florida.
How old were you when you met your husband?
I was, let's see, I got married before I turned 40. I met my husband 2 years before I turned 40. So I met him in 2005. And then in 2007, we got married. February 13. I didn't want to get married on Valentine's Day. I didn't want to get married. Actually, I was leaving. I was leaving anyway because I used to travel over, spend some time, then I would go back
Mhm.
to England. So I was getting ready to pack up. I sold my house and I resigned from my job after being there for 10 years, and I was planning to go to Australia. I've traveled the world, and my point was like, you know what? It's two continents I have never been on. And then I said, I rather, instead of go to Asia, let me go to Australia. So my plan was to go to Australia.
Yeah.
And then I was telling my husband now then that this is my last visit to Florida. I'm going to be going to Australia. I want to go there, see what the culture is all about, spend maybe 6 months there or something like that. And then he proposed. I remember him proposing like in August. I'm like, yeah, right. Forget that shit. I'm sorry.
Don't. You're good. You're good.
Oh wait, because I don't really use cuss word. People say shit and crap is cuss word, but don't look at that as it.
No, you're perfectly fine. I want you to be Ella.
So I was like, no. And then I was like, okay. And then when it got closer for me to leave, he asked me again. And I thought about it. And I said to myself, I'm gonna be 40 soon. So I might as well, just settle down now instead of traveling like I normally used to do. So I said yes. I got married before I turned 40, and that's like 16 years ago now.
Wow. Do you have any children?
No kids.
Never wanted children?
I did because I wanted to be like my mom. My mom had, like I said, my mom, she got married at 16, and she had me when she was 18. By the time she hit 30 something, she already had 5 of us. And I always wanted to have kids. And it was like I was only going to have 2 kids. That was the plan, get 2 kids. But the thing was that I didn't want to have kids out of wedlock.
Okay.
Because I say to myself, I don't think I'll be able to look after a kid on my own after what I went through looking after 4 siblings.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not easy. So I always say to myself, I don't want kids where unless I'm married and my husband passed away, that's a different scenario. But I didn't want to have a kid out of wedlock. So I waited. And it was like I have to get married to the right person in order to have kids with. And then I realized that whether you're married to the right person or not, all that just kept delaying me in having kids. It delayed me. And then I'm the kind of no nonsense person. I don't take crap from nobody.
That's awesome.
That's the kind of person I am. And even though I was born and brought up in England, I still embrace the African culture, whereas you have to show respect.
Yes.
So I don't care if I'm a minute older than you. If I'm a minute older than you, you have to show me respect. If you disrespect me, then I just can't take it. You're on your own.
Mm-hmm.
I move on. I don't have that time for that. That's the kind of person that I am. I don't do disrespect. I try to respect everybody. I respect whether you're older than me or you are younger than me. I give you that respect. But as soon as you step out of line, that's it. I don't do that because I don't like the talk back. We weren't brought up like that. We were brought up to respect our elders. So when you talk back to me, I can't stand kids that will talk back to me. I can't stand it.
Mm-hmm.
So if you talk back to me, I will check you there and then. Don't do that. I will check you there. So all that just puts, and then I was getting older. It was like, no, I can't do the kid stuff, and there's other factors as well that played into me not having, but it's not like I didn't want to.
Right.
But like I said, the older I was getting, there was no point because I looked at it and like, I bring a child into this world now and I'm like, I'm 40. What am I going to do? I remember going to the doctors and I'm like, we want to see if we, do all the tests and see if I can have kids. And, I actually went in there because of my husband and to see if we could have kids and whatever. And then the guy focused on me. He said, you only got 15% chance in getting pregnant. I was like, he said, yeah, because of my age. I said, 15% chance. Okay, I'm fine.
Over and done with.
I was like, okay, 15% chance. Okay, and then not only that is because I had fibroids as well.
Yeah.
And I had really big, massive fibroids that was so unbearable that I had to have a hysterectomy.
Oh, wow.
So
Wow.
my womb, they had to take out my womb. So basically that was
that was done.
Yeah, so it was like if I did had that 15, if I had that 15% chance of getting pregnant, if I did get pregnant, it would have been a struggle between the fibroids and the child growing up,
Yeah.
So yeah.
No, there was no way unless you're going to be
so I don't
immaculate conception.
Yeah, so to me, I don't let it really hurt me that, for me, I could have probably say yes, I probably would have had a child when I was much younger. Maybe I wouldn't have married my husband. I would have gone maybe marry somebody else where I would have said, okay, let me try. But it wasn't at the time.
Now,
so I really didn't give it.
Does your husband have children?
Yes, he has.
He
He has a daughter. Yes.
Oh, good. And how's your relationship? How's your relationship with her?
We're great. In the beginning, it wasn't so.
Yeah,
that was actually he has a daughter, and he has a stepdaughter from his previous marriage, and he looked after her when she was 8 years old. Oh, wow. He's in her 40s now and have a 19-year-old daughter. But in the beginning, it wasn't so because they didn't want me around. They were like, why would you go all the way to England and get married to a British woman when there's so many American women here? That was the issue. That was the issue they were having. So it was a struggle like for 4 years. And, it was a struggle 4 years. But one day I just woke up and I put my foot down. I'm like, if you're gonna continue to disrespect me in my house, get out.
There you go.
And slammed the door. Said, "I don't want you in my house. I pay the mortgage in this house. Don't come into my house. If you're gonna be disrespectful, you gotta respect." It took about 1 year, and we started. Later she came to me and apologized, and the relationship we got back on track. Yeah,
that's awesome. That really is. Now, how did you meet your husband? You said because he's from here, right?
Yes,
but he moved to England.
No. Even when I met him, I was saying that because I traveled the States and everything. I met him. I was like, "Do you want to come and stay in England?" He said, "I moved down from Cleveland to Florida because of the weather."
But how did you meet him?
Long story. So a friend of mine, she was like, "You need to." I didn't date for a while, a long time I didn't date. And she was like, you need to start dating. You need to go out. Because I was always at home like I am now. And she said, you need to meet people. And I said, I don't want to meet anybody. She said, yeah, you need to go out. You need to meet people. Because during that time, I kind of like almost took my life. And that's another long story. I was really depressed. A lot. And I just wanted to end it. So at that time, I was thinking about ending it for something somewhere.
Ending what?
Committing suicide. I was gonna jump in front of a train, and then
wait a minute. Wait. Let's.
That's a long story. I'm trying to lead up how I met my husband.
Okay, all right. I'm writing this down because we're gonna put this in the parking lot. We're gonna come back to this. So we're gonna park the other one.
So I stayed at home for a long time. I was off work. I was signed off work. My doctor signed me off work, so I was off. So my friend was always saying that you need to go out, start going out, need to start meeting people. So I said I didn't feel like it. So then she told me about this dating site called eHarmony.
Oh yeah.
And she said, you need to go on eHarmony, and meet somebody, even though you don't want to go out, but you can chat with somebody online and whatever. So I said, okay. So I signed up. And when I signed up, I wasn't really meeting anybody that I want to chat with, So one day I went in to cancel my subscription, and then I got this email and started chatting. So I started chatting with the person on the website. And then from there, we went from there to take it off. When I felt comfortable, we took it off from there onto private emails. And we started emailing, talking, chatting, and stuff like that. And that's how I met my husband.
Oh, wow. Very cool. So I'm going to go back to what you started with, or kind of like dabbled in. So you said suicide, and that is a huge word. Huge.
Yeah.
And you said you were depressed, correct?
Very, very depressed.
Did you get help for that?
I did go to counseling. I did go to counseling, but I didn't like counseling because it just brought out more stuff, more things they want you to talk about, stuff that you think you actually forgot. It starts coming out. You start remembering stuff you didn't even you thought it was, that as a child you keep at the back of your mind.
You push it and you push it.
You keep pushing it because you don't know, and then all of a sudden it just stuff starts to come to the forefront. So that's what happens with counseling when you go. So I decided after a while, I decided I wasn't gonna do it, and I just decided to deal with it on my own. So I stayed at home. And that's where my anxiety came, because when I decided to go outside, I always wanted to get back in the house because I was just too scared of being outside. I wanted to just no, I need to leave.
But what outside? What was outside that made you feel that fear?
The outside it was being among people.
Among people.
Yeah, it was being among people for some reason. I don't know. And that's why when you get depressed and certain things happen when you're depressed, it's just things that you don't even think will happen in your life that will affect you starts to affect you. It will start to affect you when you're depressed. You find that you don't want to be around people. Anxiety kicks in. It's just so many things just happens in your life that you feel that I don't want to deal with it. I don't want people asking me questions. You feel suspicious. You blame people that you're not supposed to be blaming for what's happening to you. You don't want nobody to ask you questions. You always feel that somebody's looking at you, even though they're not looking at you. Because of stuff that you've been going through and stuff you're thinking about. It's just the mind just working continuously,
Right.
But with prayer, I remember when I will be at church, it will be anywhere, I will just start crying. I don't know that I'm even crying. I'll be in the bus stop, I'll be crying, don't know why I'm crying. So when I go and sit down and talk to a counselor, all this stuff just start coming out, and I was like, oh my goodness, I didn't know this happened to me, but I am talking about it. So it's like, if I'm talking about it, that means it did happen to me. So that's, what happened. And was like, I was at the train station going to work like I normally do, take the train to work, get off the bus. I was on the bus one day, and I was crying. I didn't know. I wasn't crying out loud. I can feel like the tears dropping. And I got on the platform. The platform where I take the train to work, and there's the other platform where nobody's allowed to stand because you got a high-speed train coming through that. And that day the train was late. For some reason, I turned around. I was just thinking, I was fed up. I was tired. I just felt so lonely. And I just walked over to the other side of the train platform. And I was there. Now I was just waiting to see a train, one of those speed bullet train come through. Because it's easy. If I wait for the other one, it will just come too slow for me to jump in front of it. So the speed one was much better. Quick, simple. That was what I was thinking. Quick and simple.
Okay. And
And as I was standing there waiting for the train, and I saw the train coming, and I crossed over from where, because in England, when you stand on the platform, there's a yellow line. It
Mhm.
says mind the gap. It also says, because there's a gap between the train and the platform, and there is a yellow line. It say do not cross the yellow line. And
Right.
I saw the train coming, and I crossed the yellow line. I could hear the train blowing the horn, because the driver probably see that I'm on. And there's nobody supposed to be on that platform. But it looked like the driver saw me from a distance and saw that I crossed the line. And then the conductor was in the office, and I started hearing the conductor, stand behind the yellow line, stand behind the guy was yelling so far, so loud in the speaker, on the platform. And it's like I woke up. It
You
was
woke
like
up.
it's like I woke up and I stepped back, and the train just went. That saved my life.
So that saved your life, was the conductor saying, "Stand behind the yellow
Yeah, if
line."
I didn't hear him with that loud noise, if I didn't hear him, because I didn't even hear the train, I would just saw the train, and my mind was like jump, jump. That was it. And when that train passed, I got on the other side of the train. I got on the other side of the platform, got on the train, got to work, and I sat down in front of my manager, said, I need time off work. I said,
And what did that day, if you can go back there, what were you thinking after that?
thinking like, well, in what sense, like what did I just do? What was I
What did
about
I
to
what
do?
did I just do?
I wasn't thinking anything.
You weren't thinking
I was
anything?
just thinking that I was tired. I was just thinking I've had it. I'm tired. I was like, for me, I just felt I haven't had a break. I've been looking after kids that weren't my kids, they're my siblings since I was 16. Finished school, started working, work, 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 work. I was working all the way through 10 years. You know, I've asked for time off. Excuse me. I've asked for time off, granted time off, then taking the time back from me, saying, "Oh, I'm so sorry. You can't go. You have." It was just so much piling on,
Piling on
and
you.
I was just tired. I
So
was
you
just
took a break.
So after that incident happened, I went back to work. I was only at work. It wasn't even 1 month. I resigned.
You resigned.
Yes, I resigned. I just tired. I just resigned. And I resigned, put my house on the market, and I came down here to stay with my boyfriend. And, I was like, okay, I'm going to go to Australia. It didn't happen. He proposed. I said yes. And that's it.
So when you tried to commit suicide, you were already with your husband?
No, no, I wasn't.
It
I
was
was still in
before.
England. That
Okay.
was It was after that incident. I stayed at home, and that's how my friend was like, hey, you need to start going out. You've been at home for months. You need to start going out. You need to start meeting people and stuff
Yeah.
like. And that's how I met my husband.
See, weird things happen in different ways. It's like, the situation brought you to where you needed to be.
Yes.
It was like something that woke you up, you
It
know?
sure did, and um for me, I feel at the end of the day, the only thing I felt, when I hear people taking their life now, I see it as a selfish reason, especially
Mhm,
if you have kids. I see it as selfish because you're leaving kids behind,
mhm.
that don't know anything, and they have to grow up on their own, you
Yeah.
know. So I see as a selfish reason. I didn't have no kids. So for me, what I was thinking was like, well, nobody's gonna miss me that much. So
Did
that was
you did you feel like no one loved you and no one cared?
no. I just felt Paul Philip Flipper didn't love me.
So you didn't feel that, but you felt you were just tired.
I was kind of like, I was just tired. I was I was tired, really tired. I was tired. I was fed up. That's how I just felt. I was just tired with life. I didn't like the way my life was going. It was like I wasn't having any kind of breakthrough.
So let me ask you, anyone that's going through depression or anyone that has the thought of suicide, what would you say to them?
Um, I will tell them, to hang on in there, to pray, because that's what I did. I prayed.
Prayer is
I pray that
strong.
the Lord will take this burden off me, you know, and you just have to keep being prayerful because it's not easy.
Hmm.
And it wasn't the first time I decided, even after that incident, there's been a second time where I thought, huh, maybe I'll just slit my wrist and just, let me bleed out. And then because you continue to have that suicide thoughts in the back of your head. But
And
the
what
thing
made
is,
you stop
watching a lot of comedy.
comedy?
I laugh. I like to laugh. I like
Yeah.
to watch comedy. So even though if I'm feeling bad, if I feel that I'm gonna be at that point where I'm gonna be depressed or something, I quickly trying to find something I want to watch. So if I'm not watching the Golden Girls, I like to do Kings and Queens, all those different comedies. I put them on, and so I can start laughing through it. you
Okay.
know I laugh through it. Another thing that I do is when I notice that I'm going to get depressed, I try to find 3 people in my contact that I can call.
Very
So
nice.
if I call these 3 people, at least one person will answer. So I try to
Mhm.
call my husband first, because when I'm trying to, like, I'm going to be depressed, my husband is the first person I will call. He will leave work and come say, okay, I'm coming, because then I wasn't working that far, so he will come over straight away. So I try to have 3 people in my contact to call. If I call him, if he's in a meeting and he's not there, I go on to the next person and to the next, until somebody pick up the phone. And I start to talk. I said, I'm in this situation right now. I don't know why, but I'm getting a panic attack and stuff like that. So they try to talk me down, try to tell me to breathe, and
Mhm.
just to make sure that I'm okay, and they stay with me on the phone until maybe my husband then calls me and say, hey, what's going on? Be trying to reach you or something like that.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, you want me to come home now? And I said, no, I'm okay, because I was able to talk to somebody. So that's what I would do. I would say, try to find 3 good friends or family, somebody that you can call
Yeah.
when you're going through, you're having that thought, you know. And I've been able to deal with it, through laughter, watching programs that will make me laugh, so that I push the everything, because the Bible says the devil comes to steal, kill, and destroy. He will
Right.
come, he will whisper,
Yeah.
he will whisper to you. And when you sit down and you're not doing anything and you listen, that's what's going to happen. You're listening, and you get pushed to do the bad stuff
Yeah.
that you don't want to do you know
Yeah. Absolutely. Cody just put it up here. It says anyone that's thoughts of having thoughts of suicide can call 988. I did not know that there was an actual 3-digit number
yeah.
to reach a suicide hotline. That
Yeah,
is very
you
important.
can do that. You can call, if you want to talk to somebody you don't have anybody to talk to. But like I said, I have 3 people in my contact that when I call, at least I know 1 or 2 of them will pick up the phone. And but I don't have that thought now because I've been able to deal with it. But now it's like, what kind of thoughts do I have?
Mm-hmm.
It's like everyday things that comes to my mind that that will stress me out,
Yeah.
that will make me feel anxiety, panic attack coming on. And if I don't
Mm-hmm.
want to feel that heaviness come on me,
Yeah.
what I do, I find there's always ways to deal with certain things.
Yes.
Like I said, I'll put on comedy, you know, I'll watch comedy and then laugh, and before I know it, I'm cheerful. I find something to do so that my idle mind, I don't let the devil play with it
Right.
and try and turn it to do
Did
something.
you ever take any? I see moms putting it up there. Did you try taking medicine or no?
No, my
No.
doctor did not want to put me on any kind of medication because he said that's how you get hooked.
You get hooked.
You're on medication before you know it. You're always taking medication. You get hooked on it. He wanted me to be able to find other means in trying to deal with it. And that's how I found other means to deal with it. And I've been able to deal with it. I feel fine. I'm okay, you know. And then when I started my business in 2008 or
Mm-hmm.
2007, 2008. I remember when I came down here, I got my green card and I got my work permit, and I couldn't get work. I was so depressed because I couldn't get work. And I thought, okay, my age is because I can't get work, because when I apply for certain job, they like, oh, we're looking for somebody like this 20, and they don't say it, but then when
Yeah.
you put it on your application form or stuff like that, and you call them like, hey, why didn't I get the job? And they say, oh yeah, we're looking for much younger, things like that. That used to piss me off. And again,
Yes.
so when then I was talking to my friend in England, she was like, oh, maybe you can help me while I'm sleeping. You can help me with my business while you're awake and stuff like that. So she said, just send emails, keep in contact, do this recording and all that. And I started doing that, and just gave me an idea. I can do this on my own,
That's right.
and that's how I started, my business in 2008. I started my own business that way. So I found something that I love to do, and I did it.
Mm-hmm.
Took my mind off a whole lot of stuff. Yeah.
What makes your day better,
What
Ella?
makes my day better?
Yes.
What makes my day better? I don't really know. I don't really think about my day. When I get up, I'm always busy. I've been told I need to take a break. I need to relax. I think I'm like my dad. My dad was always working until he got sick. You
Mm-hmm.
know, so it's like I get up, and my mind all of a sudden is like, I get up, I say my prayers, and all I'm thinking is like, oh, I need to go put this together. I need to do that. I need to do this. So my mind is always full of stuff that I need to do.
So now on the opposite, right? What could ruin your day? If you're having a great day, what is the one thing that can ruin your day?
Bad news.
Bad news.
I don't like bad news, because then bad news can make me have the anxiety that I don't want to have.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to hear any kind of bad news, because I think a lot, and I don't like thinking, but I do. I'm always thinking. So my mind is always busy. My
Yeah.
mind is always busy because I'm always thinking. I'm thinking that, oh, I have this, I have that, I haven't done this. And then bad news comes. It's like, how am I going to deal with this bad news?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
If you look down in the description bar, you'll see Ella's link. I had posted it in there. So her link is below in the description bar.
Hi,
Do you
Joe.
have any pets?
Sorry?
Do you have any pets?
No.
Why?
Oh, no, 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 no.
No.
No. I had a pet when I was young,
Yeah.
and my pet dog died. And we've always had dogs. My dad always bring a new puppy home. We look after it, and all the time, we've always had pets in the house. Always, always. But I only had one love for my first pet. And when he died, I just didn't like to have a pet, nothing. So I don't like pets. I don't like dogs. I don't like cats. I don't like nothing that is PET. I don't like nothing that is PET. And
So Ella, what is your prized possession?
my life,
Oh my God. That is amazing.
my life, because I once wanted to give it up.
Mm-hmm.
I once wanted to give it up, but I thank God he gave me a second chance,
Absolutely.
because if he didn't, I wouldn't be here today.
That's right.
So yes, my life.
You had other things in store for you, honey.
Yeah. So my life.
That's. Do you have a pet peeve?
I don't know. I don't think so.
You
Do
don't
you
have
have one?
Huh?
Do you have one?
Absolutely.
What is it?
It's not about me, but I'll tell you. A sink, my kitchen sink or my bathroom sink not being wiped down. That's my pet peeve.
Well, you see, somebody asked me that question one time when my husband was here, and I said, I don't think I have one. And I turned to him, I said, do you think I have one? He looked at me and he laughed. He said, you got so many. He said,
Oh,
you got so many. And that's
let
true.
me ask you.
I have so many I can't really pick on or
You
point on.
can't pick out the one that's coming. Let me ask you a question. Your husband, okay? 'Cause I don't think I've ever seen him on camera. Has he ever been on camera?
No, never been on camera. And unless the only time probably when we go pick up a pallet and he's recording it and he's, could hear his voice sometimes in the background, but no.
Hmm.
He has his own,
What does he do for a living?
he's a chef, a personal chef. So he caters a lot. Yeah. So he's traveling a lot, catering.
Very nice. Now, who does the majority of cooking in the house?
He does, because I don't like food.
You don't like food, or you don't like cooking?
I don't like food. I don't like cooking. I'm not really into food like that. I'm a very picky eater. I've been like that since I was a child. My dad always had stories about that. So yeah. I don't like food. I know I have to eat it but I can go days without even not even thinking about it. I gotta eat,
Yeah.
But I like snacking.
You like snacks.
I like to snack, but just to sit there and cook, I could open my fridge and and I shut it. I open my cupboard, I'm like, then I open the snack cupboard, I'm like, yes.
Are you a sweet eater?
Yes, but not all the time. Not all the time.
So you're more savory?
Yeah, not all the time. The thing with me is I can eat one thing that I like to death. I can eat it consistently. And then when I'm tired of it, that's it. I have to find something new.
Something new.
Nikki said she ain't lying, yo. She don't like food.
That's funny.
Yeah, she got me right. She got me pinned down on that one. Don't like food. When we all met, everybody was like ordering. I remember they were ordering food. I was like, Lord have mercy. I said, I don't know what you guys can order. What you want to order? I'm good. I'm good.
Wow.
Yeah.
So when you meet someone new, I'm gonna backtrack, go a little more serious now. When you meet someone new, what is the one quality that you would know that would make that person a good friend for you?
Ooh. There's so many, but I like people that are open. Because I use myself as an example. If somebody wants to be my friend, I am very open about myself. I'm an open book. I don't need for you to tell me your life history. Okay. I will tell you who I am because I want you to understand me. Don't forget, I've traveled different countries and places, and I have to relearn other people's culture. Yeah. And nobody's taking time to learn my culture or learn about me. Mm-hmm. So I have to change the way I talk, the way I say stuff and everything, because I have to adapt every time I go to somewhere new. So it's like, okay, I just want somebody to know that this is me and this is who I am. Don't take me seriously. If you take me seriously, then we're not going to be friends. I like to joke a lot. Sometimes my husband used to tell me, your joke sometimes could hurt, even though you have a sense of humor. I would say I have a British sense of humor. A lot of people don't like the British sense. I
love it.
Yes, a lot of people don't understand it, and other people don't like it. Even a lot of us British do understand that sometimes when we joke, the Americans don't understand it.
It's that dry sense of humor.
So, in understanding somebody else or let that person be my friend, I will be open. I don't expect you to be open, but I expect you to accept me for who I am. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I'm like, don't say, "Oh yeah, you're my friend, you accept me for who I am," but then in you turn around and you're pissed off of who I am also.
Yeah,
You see, I don't know. Am I making any sense?
100%. Absolutely. For a while, oh, I love you. I am. I have a daughter. And now I'm lost in the chat here.
Oh,
What is your
I love
favorite?
you guys too. You guys are awesome. Um,
What is
another
your? Go ahead.
another thing I just wanted, I've said this on my channel, but I'm gonna say it on this channel because I see a lot of love there. People saying, they love me and stuff like that. And I really do. When I love people, I really do love them. I don't make friends.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't make friends. And so the only close people I have that I text, that
Yeah.
I call. I can call them or I can text them at night and they will answer my call and we'll chat and we'll talk.
Yeah.
I don't like making female friends because they always put me in trouble. And that was like when I was growing up. It was only when I decided that when I get older, I started to open up a little bit, because when I'm friends with female, I don't want to hear about your husband. I don't want to hear about your kids. I'm more into technology. I'm more into politics. I'm more into what's happening out there.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm in your company and you're talking about your husband, your kids, how you did this, how you did that, your kids and your husband and family talk, I get bored so quickly.
Oh my God. One
I
eye's
said,
closing and the other one.
and I'm like, maybe because I don't have one, but I'm not into that. I'm not really into that. But it is taking me time to adjust to bring to be around females, and probably people would think that, oh, I got a chip on my shoulder or anything. No, when you're around a lot of females, it's too much talk. you know it's like gossip, one, and it spreads like, why, before you know it, the story starts evolving, and you know then you don't even know how that story got to be so big. That's why when somebody said to me, Ella, I heard you said something about me. I said, okay, what did I say? Because I'm like, I don't remember. And because I don't keep stuff. I'm like, I don't remember. And then like, oh, you said this, you said that. I'm like, okay, if I said it, there probably is a reason why I said it. Okay, let me think. I go back. I'm like, okay, this is what I said and this is why I said it. But if I offended you, I'm sorry though. And I keep it moving.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be 56 in March. I don't have time to be beefing with no shit.
Yeah.
No, I don't have time for crap. I'm too old for that shit. I didn't do it when I was 16. I didn't do it when I was in my 20s. I didn't do it when I'm in my 30s or in my 40s. Why am I going to start doing it now when I'm in my 50s?
Right.
I
Right.
don't have time for that crap. I keep it moving.
Yeah.
So that is why I have lesser friends. I have few friends. I don't make a whole lot of friends.
Yep.
But when I joined this reseller community and this community of this YouTube, it's so different. It's so different. Although I still manage to stay by myself, I
Mm-hmm.
like that, the way people embrace me and say they love me, even when they don't know me. I've had my brother said, I've watched quite a few of your videos, and it looked like you are so happy when you are alive. That's when I see you happy. I see the smile on your face because my siblings know, I'm kind of strict. I don't have, like I said, when we have this group WhatsApp chat and they be talking. I could get up in the morning and, because we're 5 hours behind. They're ahead 5 hours. So I get up to like 60 plus messages. I don't have time to reply nothing. I'll talk or whatever. I just look at them like, okay, I'm gone, because
Do
that
you
is how I am.
do you think that maybe the whole thing about women in your life maybe stems from, the problem that you had with your mom?
I don't think so. I don't think so because my mom, she had a lot of siblings. Her dad married quite a few women because that's the tradition of being a chief, you know, and coming from where you are a princess, you are related to a lot of siblings like that. So they had a very big family, you know. So I wouldn't say that actually affected it. It's just what affected it is when I was in school and there was so much trouble. I almost got expelled from school. So
Why?
yeah.
Oh, I
So
need to
that
know.
yes, because um I was told I was somewhere where I wasn't. So I
Ah,
find that every time I'm in the female group, I'm always finding myself in trouble. And so I decided, no, I don't need to be in the female group. I need to be on my own. But then I get attracted to the male group because I find that the conversations are so different. The women are talking about their husbands, their wives, their boyfriends, and whatever. And the male, they're talking about politics, technology, and all the other stuff. That's where I want to be. I want to be there and expand my mind instead of being somewhere where they're going to be talking about something else. So
she's
yes.
a no nonsense type of woman.
Who said that?
I'm saying it. I'm saying it.
Oh yes, I'm a known, but I like to have fun. I like to
Oh God,
laugh
yeah,
and,
yeah.
and be, so when my brother looked in, for him to say that, it kind of really touched me and was like, oh, I said, you're at your happiest when you go live. And that's so true. you know
Because you're around people and people make you happy. Seems that you're getting your energy from seeing other people.
yes, I do. I do. People ask me like, where do I get my energy from? My energy has always been there. It's always been there. I've always had that energy, but just know where to place it sometimes.
Yep.
Know where to place it. And then, when I found this platform, I didn't even know I had it. And people would say, oh, I love your energy. I love your energy. And I was like, huh, okay. I don't see it.
You don't see it. Oh my God, that is like. I'm gonna tell you to. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. At first, when I first saw you and you had all this energy, and you're like, ah, I'm like, who is this fool? Who is this fool over here? What is she doing? But then getting to know you on camera, not personally, but on camera, seeing your personality, seeing how you react and you act towards people, I'm like, I get it. I
yeah.
get it.
Yeah. That's how I am. Let me tell you, I could be talking with my siblings back then, and I remember my dad had a connecting office to our play area, which is, it's screened in and everything, but it's like a common room area that my dad turned into where we can, they put couch and everything so we can sit down and we can talk. Myself and my sibling will be out there, we'll be talking. My dad will be in the office. We can see him through the mirror that he put out there. I mean, a window that he put out there, and we could be talking. And my dad will be shouting from there, and it's like, keep it down. I'd be wondering, who is he talking to? And because we're all talking, And when he said keep it down, guess what? We're still talking. He calls my name
Because
only.
you're the oldest.
No, I was the loudest. I was the loudest. And it turned out I was like my mom, I was like my mom because when my mom is talking, she's very loud when she's talking. And when we talk, you think we're angry. People say that, oh, Ella, you're aggressive. Oh, my UPS man is here. So you're going to have to give me a minute.
Oh, yeah, we'll give you a minute.
So they always think that I'm angry, I'm being aggressive. And I said, no, I'm not being aggressive. That's just the way I talk because my mom's like that. I remember taking my boyfriend one day to go see my mom. We were just outside. We haven't even hit the. We haven't even knocked on the door. We were away from the. We're on the street. We could hear my mom. He said he's not coming in. He said, "Oh my gosh, your mom." I said, "No, my mom's on her own. If she's talking, she's probably talking to her boyfriend, you know." And he refused to come into the house. He said, "It looked like your mom is angry. It looked like she's pissed." And no, I said, "No, she's just having a conversation." I was like, she's that loud?" I said, "Yeah, we're loud. We're loud."
And that's okay.
I used to apologize,
No.
before I used to apologize. I used to say to people, "Look, I'm very loud. My voice is loud. I don't know how to talk low. And I just want to warn you beforehand. And the more I talk, the more my volume goes higher and higher."
Yeah.
I try to let people know that. I used to apologize because of that. And then I met a friend one day and he said, "Don't you ever apologize for who you are."
Absolutely.
He said, "God created you.
That's right.
Don't ever apologize. You will see people can tell you, oh, well, you can control it. You can talk lower and you can." He said, "You are who you are.
That's right.
Embrace it."
Embrace it.
That day I started to embrace. So, when you see me like that, that's just me. I'm
That
just
is,
embracing who
it's,
I am. Yeah. So
it
I
really
say,
is.
you like it, that's fine. If you don't like it, that's fine. I'm not here to make friends with nobody. I'm being who I am. And so some people will like it. And then when people get to know the other side of me, they will say, "Wow, I didn't know this is the other side of you." I've had a lot of people, especially in church. That's why I say when you go to church, you have to be very careful, because some people come as they're holy and whatever. Now,
Yeah.
some people don't like you. And I've had that. Like, it was only in close when we were doing certain things, we traveled and were in close communion like that. And they say, "Wow, Ella, I didn't know you had this type of personality. I always see your other side of you." I'm like, "Yeah, don't judge a cover by its book. Or don't
Don't
judge
judge the book
its
by
cover."
its cover.
Hold on a minute. Let me go see my postman.
Oh my God. I love it. It's funny. Yeah, we're going to be wrapping it up pretty soon. And then, you guys, I'm going to go back to some of your questions. I just have pieces.
Hey.
Yeah, at first, like I was saying, at first when I saw her, when I said fool, I didn't mean a fool, guys. Come on. You know me and my words. I was just like, what? But then, after watching her, it's like, she really is this way. That's awesome. That is awesome. I want to ask her about what's given her the biggest adrenaline rush. I am so eager to find that one out. Every single person I busted shoplifting. Oh, Cody, you people shoplift and you busted them. Let's see.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
It's great to be back, John. It really is. I missed you guys. I missed you too.
I'm
Back? You got your packages?
Yes, I got my packages.
All right. I'm going to ask you a question. What has given you the biggest adrenaline rush in your life?
Oh, the biggest. I don't think anything has.
So you've never had a rush, like your heart beating and you're like so excited about.
I hardly get excited. If my heart is beating, that means I need to go take my blood pressure medicine. If my heart is pumping and beating that fast, then okay, something is wrong. I need to go take my blood pressure. I hardly get excited. People always say, you're not excited, you're not surprised, you're not. No, I hardly get. And when I do, it just depends on what makes me get excited. I don't really have that. If my heart is beating that fast, seriously, like it did a few weeks ago, I need to go take my blood pressure medicine.
So you're on blood pressure medicine?
Yes, I was on for about 3 years. And then about a year ago, my doctor said I could come off it because I was losing weight and my blood pressure was down. I didn't need to take it. But a couple of weeks ago, for some reason, I was live with Pikiniki, and my chest was, I could feel my heart like it's about to explode. My
Uh-huh.
blood pressure was 158 over 114.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So I told everybody to give me a break, and I left, and I took my blood pressure pill. Thank God I still had some left. And I sat down and I was taking my blood pressure, took it a couple of times, and I was trying to watch it, make sure it, it just goes down, and
They
so.
tell My doctor told me that if your blood pressure is getting that high, of course, take your blood pressure medicine if you have it. Also, take a bottle of water from the fridge, ice cold water, and
And
then drink it.
yeah, I did. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I drink. Yeah, that's what I did, and it happened. Yeah, there. Cody was on because she was modding, and Pikiniki, she was texting me, she was calling me, and I didn't want to scare anybody, but I had to keep quiet to
Hmm.
monitor my blood pressure, so I didn't want to move. And then when I noticed it was coming down, I I got up, and then I came back to the screen to let everybody know I was okay. You
Okay.
know, but for me, there's a few things that get me excited. I won't lie, there's a few things that get me excited, but overexcited, I don't see it. Haven't really experienced it. You know,
Okay.
haven't experienced it that much yet.
How do you show how do you show your husband you love him?
Oh, I don't show him now because he pissed me the hell off 6 years ago. So I don't show him back
Okay.
then.
So now I'm going to ask, what did he do 6 years ago that he pissed you off that you can't show him?
Well, um, like I said, I'm an open book. So during the what do you call it? During the Bush era, when the market crashed and everything, housing, we bought when we bought a house, it was a whole lot of money. And then when the housing market crashed and everything, our home became worthless, you know. So we tried to refinance it and everything, and then we actually did manage to get out of it and start paying as minimum as we can on our mortgage. Now, my husband is the kind of person that don't know how to budget. He gets paid, and all he does is like, okay, I got money in my account, so just I'll buy this, I'll buy that, whatever. He doesn't know how to budget. I, on the other hand, I know how to budget. Now, you see this notebook, this is how I budget. I write everything down. So I always write things down. I know how much I'm bringing in. So I will write it down. I know how much comes out, what bills is coming out, what day, everything. And then I said, this is how much I have left. I now spend within how much I have left.
Hmm.
My husband doesn't know how to do that, doesn't know how to budget, and he wants to be in control of the finances. So we lost our home because of that. Not even mortgage, because we were paying our mortgage. Housing freaking association. He forgot to be paying the housing association fee. So we lost our home because of that. And I was so pissed off. Me being from another country, coming here and don't know nobody, and now I'm homeless. So I was really pissed off. You know, I was so pissed off. And now I'm like, okay, we're losing our home. Where are we going to stay? He doesn't know. He doesn't know. So I moved out. Luckily, I had a friend, and I had to go stay with her for a month, you know. So when I came back, my friend said, hey, there's work here. Do you want to come stay here? And I said, yes, I want to move back to Florida because I was in Georgia with my other friend after being there for a month. And I said, I want to move back. So I moved back, and I happened to move about 3-4 hours away from where we used to live before, you know. And then I'm asking my husband, okay, so what are we doing? Nothing. He went and stayed with his stepdaughter, until he got a job and started looking for a place to stay. I was so bitter. I didn't want to move back. I just got so bitter. And I was like, no. I like the way we are right now. I got my own place. I'm staying in my own place. He's got his own place. He's staying wherever he is. When I need help with anything,
Oh,
I call him and he comes over and he helps me and do it. So even though we love each other, we kind of like, for me, I've fallen out of love. But then when I loved him, I did everything for him back then. I show people, I'm very passionate lover, you know, and it's not just showing physically. I show spiritually, mentally, everything I gave my own, financially, everything. That is how I do when I meet somebody that I like. I'm very helpful. I try to find situations to try to help. But then when you're keeping stuff away from me, I don't know what's going on, you know, it just, yeah. So right now, yes,
so
even though we're still married, we've been living apart for the last 6 years. This
so
year,
how do
I
you
would make it 6 years.
wow. So how do you want someone to show you love?
Just be honest. Be honest and be who you are. Don't pretend to be something that you're not. Because like I said, I'm an open book. It's like when I'm telling people, oh, this is me, this is me, this is me, and you say, oh, okay, that's nice, and you're keeping who you are under lock and key. And then I get to see it gradually later on. I'm like, okay, so you're not the kind of person I thought that you were. So
Mhm.
yes. So I rather that person be themselves, be honest is the most important thing, is to be honest, you know because if you're not honest, then you're just lying about yourself. And in my marriage, I found out stuff, even though I waited 2 years before I got married, it's not enough. You can't know. Don't get me wrong. When you marry somebody, you can't know everything about that person.
Mhm.
You gradually know and you forgive as the time goes on. And that's what I did in my marriage. When I started to find, even when I was an open book and say, oh, this is me, this is me, this is me. I'm telling you, I don't have no debt. Okay. I don't have no
1,
debt,
2, 3.
paid off my bills. I got money in my savings. I got this, I got that. Because when I first of all came here, people thought, oh, I came here for green card. I laughed so loud. I said, green card? I'm a British citizen. I don't need green card. And today, I don't need, they say, oh, I came here to be an American citizen. I don't want to be an American citizen. If I wanted it, I've been here 16 plus years. I would have got American citizenship. No, I'm a British citizen and I will forever be British. I don't want to change that.
Will
You know,
you ever go back?
oh, I've been back home several times.
No, will you ever move back?
Oh, go move back to England? Uh, I don't know. It's too
Okay.
cold.
Too cold.
Too cold. I think I've got spoiled by the warm weather in Florida. But no, if I have to move back, I know my siblings say, hey, why don't you move back, why don't you move back, because they thinking I'm the only one here, I don't have kids, the older I get, I'm gonna probably need help. And I'm like, okay, I'll never say never, but
Mhm.
for now I'm here and I have to just deal with my situation right now.
We love you being here.
Oh, thank you. I love you guys loving me being here.
All right, so I'm going to ask you one last question, and then I'll see if anybody wants to ask you a question.
Okay, cool.
I want to know, what would be the last words that you want us to know you by?
Wow. You see, there's so many, there is so many. Um, but the one that I will probably say is, if I want somebody to remember Ella, I just want to say, uh, it's a hard question because I don't have one answer. So that's why it's hard for
You
me.
don't have to give me one answer.
You
You
know,
can give me as many as you
I
want.
want people to know that one, um, Ella is very picky. That's one. She's very picky. Two, She's generous. I want people to know that I am generous. I want people to know that oh gosh. It's at the tip of my tongue, but it just won't come out. It's the tip of my tongue. I'm trying to get it out.
She's like,
yeah, because at the tip of my tongue, I'm trying to get it out and it wouldn't come out. So I gotta spit it out. Okay. Ask me the question again.
what would you like to be? What would you like us to remember you by?
I want, if anybody's talking about me, I want people to say, you know what? I want them to say, Ella is laughable. She likes to laugh. You know, I want people to remember that Ella likes laughing. She likes having fun. Or I would like people to say, Ella is the real deal. She is not pretentious. This is who Ella is. She's an open book. This is what you get. You know, that is who I am. I don't have anything to hide about me. You ask me anything, you ask me, I will tell you how I want to tell you. This is it. And that's my life. And a lot of people know about me that are in the chat that I talk to about me. And they know me that every single question you've asked me today, I can tell you. If Picky Nikki is in the chat, she will tell you, yes, that is Ella. If Missy, the nicey seller, is in the chat, she will tell you, yes, that is Ella. You know, there's a few people I let them know that this is me, and they will tell you that is Ella. And the few that I haven't even told to see me tell you Ella is real. So yeah, you can take all that, take it to the bank, catch it
So
out.
I like that. Ella is real.
I'm real. I'm just, there's no point being fake. You know, it doesn't
Right.
get you, it doesn't get you anywhere. You can't
doesn't.
say that you're one thing today and then tomorrow people see you, you're a totally different person. You know, there's no point being that. There's no reward for that type of behavior. You know, to pretend to be something that you're
That
not.
you're not.
You know, yeah.
Totally agree with you. I want to say
Nikki said she don't.
she don't sugarcoat anything. That, you know what? That should be the way I think most people should be. Is you just say it the way it is, and then you go, like she said, you say it and you just keep going.
I keep going. Like I said to Picky Nikki, she will tell you, okay, example, I've bought few things from other people, like wholesale. I buy from few people, and when I get it, I open it. I said, what the crap is this? Why would you send me this crap? You know, I remember telling her, I said, Picky Nikki, okay, you know that drop jewelry $20 drop you do? I said, I want $20 drop. But every time I want to put a drop, somebody beat me to it. And I told her, oh, could you privately do me a $20 drop? She said, yeah. And I said, let me tell you something. If you send me crap, you know I will bitch about it to you.
Oh my God. That is funny. And it should be that way.
Yeah, I told her, I said, you know, if you send me crap, I'll bitch about it to you. She said, yeah, I know.
That is funny.
So that's it. I'm real. I don't do favorites. I don't have favorite stuff. You know, I don't do I don't do that. I don't.
I know somebody had asked me. Now I'm going to go to the chat. Thank you, Ella, for answering my questions. I so really appreciate you, and I've learned a lot more about you as a person. So I appreciate you. I really do. Honestly, I do. So someone had said before, when you're not on YouTube as yourself on a live, what do you watch besides, anything to do with auctioning or anything like that? What other kind of shows do you watch?
Picky Nikki, could you type it in the chat? What other shows do I watch? I tell you, I said
crime. Oh my God, you like to watch crime shows?
I like true crimes. I like true crimes.
True crime.
Yes, I'm watching true crimes. So when you see me during auctions, I always have something on. I'm watching true crimes. I like true crimes. I like true stories. I like to watch, what's happening. I like history, like
Oh yeah.
Documentaries. I like those type of, like, what's happening in real life. I like to
Right.
watch those type of, yes. I do watch other stuff, but mainly, like she said, true crimes.
You're more factual.
Yes, I like, yes.
That's awesome. See? Another thing, I did not know that she was a crime person.
Yeah, the ID channel, Constance. I'm always there.
You know what? I think it's because she wants to create a perfect murder.
Let me tell you something. When I first of all came to this country, I was always visiting. I've been visiting the United States since '99. Okay, I'll come for about 2 weeks or a week. Or 3 weeks. That's what I used to do when I used to have time, because I used to have like almost 5 weeks holiday for my job in England. So I will come and spend like 2 weeks in England, and then I'll travel some other countries like that. That's how I used to spend my time. So when I met my husband and I came down here, every morning I will get up. You can set your watch. American crime, true crime, cold case. After the other, I used to watch it. My husband one day said, "Do I need to be worried?" He said, "Do I need to be worried?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" He said, "Because you're taking these crime shows too seriously now." I'm like, "No, I'm like, look, this is a different country. I want to know what's going on so I can watch my back. That's all I'm doing, so I can take precautions."
That is funny. But hey, if anyone has any questions, you can get a hold of Ella.
No, I'm not trying to commit the perfect murder. I just I've always loved documentary true crimes and trying to find out, why this thing happened, or why it's happening, how stuff are made, how they decide to make it. It's like watching how America became America, how to find out the people that came from Europe to build the railways, all the other stuff to make money here. I like watching stuff like that, but doesn't take away from me watching other programs.
Yeah. She likes knowledge. I love
Yes.
knowledge as well. So that's awesome. So anybody else? Is there any other questions? I know that there was a lot more up there, but I'm not going to scroll it. So put your questions in, guys, because we will be here until 12:30. You have
7 more minutes to answer the question.
7 more minutes. Now, Ella, have you ever been to Portugal?
No. I had the opportunity once, but I didn't go.
The only reason why is because I was born there. So
okay.
I was born on the islands instead. Portugal. The
okay.
Islands. All right. Horoscope.
What are you picky about, Ella? I'm picky about food.
She doesn't like food.
I don't like food. What is your horoscope? I don't believe in those, but I was born in March 25th, so you can actually place where that falls. But I really don't believe in those.
You're religious.
I'm not religious. I'm a Christian.
You're Christian.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
There's a big difference when you're being religious. You being when you're being a Christian, you believe something, you're in Christ, you're born again. Being religious is just like you're just being a hypocrite, basically, just like the Sadducees and the Pharisees in the Bible, where one will come out openly and pray and tell, Lord, help, and don't mind that person. I forgive them. Don't forgive them. And, they come out openly to confess who they are and whatever, where you see the people in the corner go privately and ask God for forgiveness. They don't talk about anybody. They say, Lord, help this person, help that person, so there's different examples I can give. So you could be religious and believe in other stuff and don't, but being a Christian, you believe in Christ, you're born again, you spirit filled. If you can speak in tongues, then yeah, you can speak in tongues if you want to, so there's different types, but being religious, you're not being Christian, you
Hmm.
follow whatever stuff you want to follow. Keep
I
it.
get it. I get it. Why are you so infatuated with Ghostbusters if you don't believe in ghosts?
I don't believe in ghosts. This t-shirt was okay, I bought this t-shirt, and the only reason is because I get ghosted a lot. It happened when I started doing the auctions and people don't pay their bills and people don't tell you anything. So this represents, I think Pikiniki actually sent me one, and it says, I ain't scared of no ghost, and he has the Ghostbuster stuff on it. And the only reason it was, I made fun of it. One day I was talking and I said, Johnny's channel, and I was saying that it's you know don't ghost people, and that's how we
Mhm.
just started. Because, like, if I send you an invoice, okay, you're not able to make payment that very moment, just email me. That's what I
Mhm.
say. Email me and say, hey, something happened, and could you give me a couple of days or whatever, and that's fine, I'm willing to work with you. But if I'm sending you reminders and you're not replying, or I get my virtual assistants people are sending you reminders, PayPal is sending you, and you just don't say nothing, that's ghosting. So that's where that came from. Is that the
Oh,
ghosting? Yeah,
I
it's
see
like,
it. I see
yeah.
it.
So I don't ghost me.
So Ella, let me go a little deeper with that one. You don't believe in ghosts, but do you believe in spirits?
um, well, ghost spirit, they could be the same thing,
Hmm.
Um, they're out there. I wouldn't say ghosts and stuff. They're not out there. They're out there, but it just depends on what you believe in. I believe they're there. The Bible says so, you know. But for me, I cover myself with the blood of Jesus. I cover my house with the blood of Jesus. And I'm saying that, you know what? If you're a ghost, you're a spirit, whatever, this area is not meant for you. You can
Yeah,
go somewhere else, but this area is covered. I don't want it. Because then when they probably play with your mind and play.
right,
That's the thing. The devil always finding stuff to use to come and get into your mind. You
that's
could be
right.
sitting down and you could be hearing whispering, something is whispering in your ear. The person is not there, you could hear it. Now, it depends on what you're hearing. Is it coming from the Holy Ghost, or is it coming from um the devil, evil spirits and stuff like that?
Hmm.
So it's left for you. The Bible says he's giving us the knowledge and the wisdom for us to discern which
And
is.
the choice. That's right.
Yeah.
It's our choice. Moms wants to know, do you believe life on other planet?
um the only planet I know is Earth. Okay. And I don't believe there is life on any other planet, unless somebody decides to go to those planets and try to do something there. But I don't believe that. Too many science fiction and movies about life on planet they've never been on. It's just stuff people just sit down and think, like, let's make a story about life on this planet and that planet. So for me, I don't believe it. I only believe the one I can actually see people on. If
Hmm.
because if all these years they say there's life on other planets, and there's nobody that's able to go over there to see life, as much as people travel to the moon and wherever. If they don't see the life there, you know then there isn't life on that planet.
So, Ella, what is your heaven?
My heaven is the heaven God created, but there is heaven here on earth.
Mhm.
as well, because not everybody that died will go to heaven. On that day of resurrection, God will resurrect people and they will be here on earth too. But guess what? The earth will change. It wouldn't be like how we see it. When that time comes, it will change. So not everybody will go to heaven, but heaven will be here on earth too. And you can still live your heaven here on earth. You don't have to even die to go. You can your heaven could be your peace.
Okay, so let me ask you, what does your heaven look like for you?
I don't know what my heaven looks like to me.
What would your heaven
But
look like for you?
for
What would you
me,
like it?
well, if I have a heaven to look like, well, what it I would want it to look like, I would want it to look like place where it will be peace of mind, where everybody will be happy. No crimes, no all the bad stuff that happens. People will be able to live free and walk around free and do what they want to do, free without sin.
Free without sin.
Yes, without sin. Just like the way the Bible wants it. Free living without sin, without temptation. You
Mhm. Hmm. On that note, I think we're done.
know.
I can't believe it. We've been on for an hour and a half.
Woohoo! That's
That's
cool.
awesome. Thank you.
I appreciate it. Thank you
It
so
was
much.
so awesome. That really was. I love this one. This one was good. All right, so everyone,
Cody said, did you see Cody? He said if I were from another planet, I wouldn't pick this one to hang out.
so Jennifer just dropped it as well. So Ella's going to have a Just Jewelry sale tonight at 6 p.m. So guys, I'm going to tell you, I bought some stuff from Ella so friggin' cheap.
Yes.
And I can tell you,
It's-
and when I paid dollar.
I thought you said it was $40 or so for it.
I'm saying I paid $1 and it was worth like $40. I'm telling you, you guys need to go over to Ella's. And I'm sure you all do, but I'm just reiterating to everyone, you need to go over to Ella's. She's not only going to give you great prices, you're going to have an amazing time there. You really will. I know that when I go
Oh,
there,
thank you.
I say hi and then I sit back and I watch. And I just love it. Love it.
You,
So
you see,
everyone,
one thing I want to say is like
yeah.
it's okay. If somebody want to buy stuff so expensive, you can go to the stores and whatever. I'm I sell my stuff not to be rich. I'm not gonna be rich overnight selling what I'm selling. I am
Mhm.
selling my stuff to be able to be comfortable to pay my bills. I'm not gonna get rich on trying to sell something over 100% to get the whole over 1,000% profit. I sell my stuff that okay, if I make my wholesale costs back and make a little bit of profit back,
Mhm.
then I'm fine. I'm not gonna buy something for $1 and try and sell it for $100. Doesn't make sense to me. So
And guys, just because you see her bring some stuff, if you're looking for something in specific, reach out to her because she's got stuff in the background that she doesn't bring out. All you do is reach out and say,
yes,
hey, do you have this? And she probably does.
yes.
You never know until you ask.
Yeah, yes. A lot of people have been asking me for a whole lot of stuff, and I try, and I do have some stuff that just came in now. So hopefully, I will get that out to people that's been asking me for it. So yes. I love
I
you guys, and I want to say thank you, Susanna. I was the one praying that you come back. I couldn't wait for you to come back because I like your interview shows that you do. You get to know people more when you interview them. So I want to say thank you for having me on. I want to say thank you, everybody, that came on here to watch. Don't forget to give Susanna a thumbs up as well. And if you're not subscribed, make sure you hit the subscribe button for
Oh,
her.
wait a minute, wait. I'm not supposed to ask you this. I need to ask you.
What do you mean you're not supposed to? You can ask
I'm
me.
not supposed to, but you know me. I need to ask you. What's this thing about Vaseline? Ah, he said, "Do not ask her."
That was okay. Oh my gosh, I forgot what I said about it. I forgot what I said. Cody said, "Oh no, oh no."
They said, "Don't, whatever you do not ask her." But don't tell me I can't ask, and then tell me I think I'm not going to ask. I need to ask.
I totally forgot about why I used that. You know, it was on Chuck. They asked me a question.
Oh.
And I answered it, and I mentioned the Vaseline with it. I think I was like, just slap the Vaseline on it and keep it moving or something. I can't remember. I don't remember a lot of stuff I say.
That's funny.
Cody said I didn't forget. No.
So yeah, Ella's going to be on today, and I know she's going to be on tomorrow as well, on Tuesday. Ella, give everybody your schedule, honey, for the week.
Okay, so tonight I'm on 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I have Just Jewelry. And then Tuesday, I have an auction with Pikiniki as Sales from the Sunshine State, and that is 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Wednesday, I'm on with Johnny and the Gang at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard, the Hump Day auction. Thursday, I'm on my channel, and I have Timeless Jewels by Deborah, and I have Cajun Root Reseller at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard. And then on Friday, I don't know if I'm having an auction on Friday.
Victoria.
I said Susanna. Victoria is back on Friday, but we're not having the Friday auction with her. I might have an auction. I don't know yet, but if I do, it will be it will be at 10 o'clock.
Eastern.
And yeah, Cody, I don't use Vaseline. It's not what you have to go watch the show about.
Yeah, now I'm going to go back and I'm going to go watch it.
I think it was on Chuck Roadbitter on his channel. You have to watch it because I don't remember half of the stuff I say most of the time, when I'm on their show. So
good. So for me, for the rest of the week, I have Wednesday we have 7:30 p.m. Angels Auction with Nikki, and I'm not sure if Pam and Tania will be there this week, but me and Nikki will be there. And then on Friday, I'm going to have another interview, and that is going to be with Storage Auction Pirate Mike. Ooh. And that's at 4 p.m. Eastern. So Wednesday, 7:30 Angels, and then Friday, interview with Storage Auction Pirate Mike at 4 p.m. I just want to say thank you so much to everybody that's here. On your way out, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you go over to Ella. Subscribe to Ella if you're not subscribed. Hit her likes, leave her comments, and we will see you on the next one.
Bye, everybody.
Oh,
hey, we're still live.
Stars and back and Angel Tickle Toes.